Military sexual trauma is a term that the Department of Veterans Affairs uses to refer to sexual assault or repeated threatening sexual harassment that occurred while the veteran was in the military. This includes, but isn't limited to, rape, sexual harassment, sexual assault, unwanted sexual advances, threats, and unwanted touching. I would say that most people believe that women are the only ones who are sexually assaulted in the military, or that women are the only ones that file claims for military sexual trauma, and this simply isn't true. While men aren't victims of MST as much as women are, that number is certainly on the rise. Now, here's where things can be a little bit more defined or clear. The VA states that 1 in 4 women and 1 in 100 men report MST. We can break that down if we look at the numbers a little more in depth. In 2010, there were 2,266,883 people serving in the military. Of that amount, 18% were female, 82% were male. So if you break that down further, that means that about 408,000 women in the military, there were 408,000 women in the military in 2010, and 1,858,803 men. So if 1 in 4 women reported sexual assault, that means a total of 102,000 women were reporting military sexual trauma, and about 19,000 men were reporting military sexual trauma. Certainly, there are many people who don't even report it. Well, certainly reporting any type of military sexual trauma is definitely very, very beneficial to a VA disability claim, but failure to report does not mean that you're going to automatically be denied. It's very much understood why individuals don't report sexual assault or rape or those types of things, and in these situations, what the VA does is looks at several other factors. One of the most common thing that the VA looks for is a term called markers in your what would be your personnel or administrative record. For instance, if you were someone who had really exemplary service, no disciplinary issues in service prior to the military sexual trauma, and then all of a sudden there's a change in your record, and after the military sexual trauma you do things like getting reprimanded, losing rank, discharged even because of behavior issues. Also, you look in medical records, look for sort of changes in behavior in medical records, as well as buddy statements from people that you served with that may kind of confirm a change in your personality between the time prior to the event occurring and then after the event occurring. Well, certainly, thankfully, society as a whole is becoming much more aware of military sexual trauma, and the VA certainly is acting to make these claims more of a priority within regional offices. There are designated employees who work on military sexual trauma cases and try to help veterans develop those claims. And the VA, on the whole, I would say, is being more liberal. The law has been liberalized, I'll say, in military sexual trauma cases in the past few years. Unfortunately, though, the VA is still very backlogged, so while they are being more understanding in military sexual trauma cases or more liberal, unfortunately those claims aren't getting processed any more quickly. Certainly don't give up. Stick with your claim. There's a good chance many people are denied on their initial application, but that doesn't mean you should stop there. Certainly, file your appeals, get good representation, and move forward with a claim. Get someone who can really help you develop the term that I previously referred to as markers. It's frustrating, demoralizing certainly at times, but don't give up.